Hi friends, welcome back to SALWEEN Technologies. This is Srinivas Reddy. In the previous session, we discussed about introduction of a C language. Now, in this video tutorial, we'll discuss about data types in C language. Before starting data types in C language, we'll discuss about memory. Measurement of memory. So generally, memory starts from 0. Here also you can see total number of cells are 8, but the memory index starts from 0 to 7. Each and every cell is called as bit. So in the cells we have the bits like bytecode instructions, zeros and ones. So each and every cell is called a bit. Total here you can see 8 bits, but it starts from 0 and ends with 7. Total number of bits are 8. So 8 bits is nothing but 1 byte. Here we'll see 4 bits is nothing but 1 nibble. Like 8 bits is nothing but 1 byte. 1024 bytes is nothing but 1 kilobyte, and 1024 kilobyte is 1 MB, means megabyte. 1024 MB is 1 GB, gigabyte. 1024 GB is 1 TB, terabyte. After this, like continuation, many are there, but these are enough to us. Why? Because we are discussing this measurement of memory is in the C language. In the programming languages, we'll declare the variables based on the memory. We are going to use bits and bytes. That's why we are discussing about measurement of memory. Now we'll see the concept of data type. So what is data type? It represents the type of the data. That means what kind of data we are giving. It may be text or numbers or symbols, special characters, anything. So before giving, compulsory we have to declare it. What kind of data we are giving to the system as an input. So then only it is able to understand. Without saying a data type, program cannot understand. The compiler will not execute. So that's what, first of all, in the starting only, we are declaring the variable which type it is, that is called data type. In the C language, totally we have 3 different data types are there. Those are primitive data type, derived data type, and user defined data type. These 3 are the data types in C language: primitive, derived, user defined data types. So again, these 3 primitive and derived and user-defined data types classified into several. First, we'll see one after another. In the primitive data types, you are able to see integer, character, float, and void. And in the derived data types, you can see arrays, string, pointers, etc. And in the user-defined data type, structure, union, type, def, and etc. Many are there in the user-defined data types also. About the derived data types and user-defined data types we'll discuss later in the last sessions, because these topics like arrays, strings, pointers, structures, unions are separate concepts. It has in-depth, means it takes more time to explanation. So that's why we'll discuss these concepts later, like arrays, strings, pointers. It has many concepts, many types, and many programs are there in these derived and user-defined. Now we'll discuss about primitive data types. So again, these primitive data types classified into 4 types. You can say integer, character, float, and void. See, in the integer also different types are there. So that is called integer data types. So before that, first we'll see what is integer. In the first session also we'll discuss about numeric constant. In the numeric constant we have this integer and float. Here also same thing. Integer is a number, it's a numeric constant. It doesn't accept any decimal values. It should be a whole number. So if you are giving a number, it should be a whole number like 10, 100, 1000, minus 10, any number. In case if you are giving decimals, it won't accept decimals. Like for example 10.4, it omits 0.4, it takes 10 only, like it takes whole numbers. So when you are giving decimals for integers, you will get the wrong output because you are giving wrong input. That's why if you are specifying a data type is integer, you have to give whole number only without points. Then only you will get the proper result, proper output. And this integer data types occupies 2 bytes of memory. Already just now we discussed about 2 bytes means 16 bits. That is 1 byte is 8 bits, 2 bytes is 16 bits. And the memory index starts from where? From 0 to 15, because 2 bytes is 16 bits, 0 to 15. Total number of bits are 16, but 0 to 15 only. 2 to the power of 15 is 32,768. That's why the integer range is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767 only. There 32,767. Why? Because it starts from 0. Including 0, again you can say 32,768 only. But sometimes we'll take only positive. That is different. It starts from 0 again. 0 to 65,535. That is 2 to the power of 16. We'll discuss later about that. Here we can say 2 to the power of 15 minus 32,768 to plus 32,767, because that integer can store positive as well as negative also. See, that's what minus to plus. We can store plus or minus values both. Again, in the integer data types, 3 types: short int, and long int. Based on the values, based on the requirement, we are going to use from these 3. Short int occupies 2 bytes of memory, as well as integer also occupies 2 bytes of memory, but sometimes it occupies 4 bytes of memory. And long integer occupies 4 bytes of memory. Just now we discussed about short and int occupies 2 bytes of memory is minus 32,768 plus 32,767. But coming to the long integer, it occupies 4 bytes of memory. 4 bytes means 32 bits. 2 to the power of 31. How much? Minus 2,147,483,648 to 647. Means if you wanted to store huge amount of values, then we'll go for long integer. And if you want a small range, we'll go for integer or else short integer. Based on the requirement, what kind of values you want, we will mention the data type. So in this video, we discussed about measurement of memory and data types. And different types of data type like a primitive, user-defined, derived data types, and integer also. And next is character data type. That is, we'll discuss in the next session. Thank you, friends. Please subscribe our YouTube channel and share these videos to your friends also.